we were working on the approvals or the CDC for this property. We went through a few options about how to build it in terms of things like brick or rammed earth, for one thing, because we got quite interested in these low embodied carbon materials. But we decided to land on CLT because it gave us a way to design a building which was very tactile and quite beautiful to look at as a material. We love working with timber. There's advantages with using one system. For instance, we went through options saying, well, what if we did this space in rammed earth, but the rest of the house in CLT? We discarded that because the interface between the two systems would have made it a bit more difficult to achieve the passive house standard that we wanted. So this project became our first CLT passive house project and our first architectural project. And we worked very closely with the CLT supply installer. In this case, it was a company called KLH, which are based in Europe, but they also do a lot of projects in Australia and around the world. They were a very key part of this because working directly with the fabricators for the house meant that every panel and every penetration that you see here was designed and drawn by us and then processed and coordinated with KLH. The panels were then made in their facility in Austria and shipped over to Australia and craned into place and assembled to what you can see here. This way of working, I think that's really driving a lot of the work that we now do with Milli, in that almost all of our projects now are targeting passive house standards because we have a proof of concept that we bring our clients to. Once they see it and they get it, that's when they go for it. Also, working in this way helps us simplify the process for our clients because we're not trying to work out different details for different systems and different things. The clients that we work with, they have quite a defined brief in terms of they want a comfortable, sustainable house. They want it to be built simply. The lessons that we learned with this project has really guided a lot of work that we do now. What we're really learning about this project as a professional couple and a young Australian couple is what house is suitable for our lifestyle. And that's the lessons that we've taken away. And that's what's really resonating with some of the clients because at the moment, most of our clients are quite similar to us. So they're young professionals, they have a young family, they have an older house that they're looking to knock down and rebuild. And I don't think at the moment we're serving the quote unquote luxury housing market. That's an accident either, because despite the design thinking and the work that's gone into this house is actually meant to be quite a simple and humble house. It's 150 square meters, and material-wise, it's not going to be extravagant. The clients that we're working with on their projects, they're after the same thing, something that's not going to cost them an arm and a leg. It's going to be built well. And by necessity, that means that they also have to be designed quite simply. We're not afraid to say that we've considered different things for this project, the cladding and some of the detailing, and we've decided to deliberately simplify it to make it cheaper. And it's only then we're able to spend more of our budget on a high quality structure and high quality windows. And I think that's the direction that we're heading in at the moment for our current clients. Not to say that's what we want to do forever, but their projects, they're really similar to us. But for us, I think passive house was the choice because we realized that we actually can't control a lot of the sites that we have and the orientation in some cases for properties. And that is quite similar to some of the sites that we're working with. There's just no practical way of getting that perfect northeast to northwest orientation for spaces. So I think in that sense, building with passive house standards just lets us make the best use of those particular sites. And it's not to say that we can't use other strategies like passive solar, because as mentioned before, we have very nice northern lights for a lot of our rooms, and we're very proactively using natural ventilation wherever we can. I think the baseline of having a well-built passive house structure means that in the very worst cases, we know that we're going to get a very comfortable house to live in.